Hey, my name's Dominique and this is my very first video for The Real Mum. I was hoping to, first of all, I'm whispering because right now, thank goodness, the baby is asleep. I think you can see him there for 5 seconds. And as I was saying, I was hoping that I could have a shower and do my hair and get dressed to make this video, but I've kind of just got to take the opportunity while I can. And even though there is quite literally vomit that needs cleaning off the couch, and I have a bunch of dishes that need to be done over here. The house is looking a little bit like a wreck behind me, and the washing is ready to be hung out, but I've decided I kind of just need to make the video, otherwise it's never going to get done. So the reason why I've started to do this is my husband Sam and I, probably a couple of years ago now, we started writing our blog about what we hoped would be our experience towards parenthood. Once we started writing it though, we realised that that's not how things are going to go. Things were not going to be as easy as we hoped. So we were quite lucky. We got pregnant quite quickly when we first started trying, and that first pregnancy ended quite quickly, unfortunately, in a miscarriage. And at that point we were told, you know, miscarriage is really common, this happens all the time, it's probably not going to happen again. So we went, okay, look, you know, obviously it was really upsetting, and we thought, look, we'll try again, and we're quite lucky. We became pregnant again probably a few months later, and I was really anxious at that point, thinking, oh, what if this happens again? I don't know if I can go through this again. And then we found out that we had a second miscarriage, and that was devastating. And you know, again, we were told that's probably not going to happen again. You've just been really, really, really unlucky. And so we thought, oh, okay, you know, we can do this again. So yeah, we thought, you know, we'll give it another go. Maybe we were just really, really, really unlucky. And so a couple of months later, we became pregnant again for a third time. And during that time, we'd actually had some testing done on what they would call the products of conception. So basically the babies that had passed away. And we found out that there were chromosomal abnormalities, like the same chromosomal abnormality for both pregnancies. And at that point, my obstetrician sent both Sam and I for testing. So bear in mind that we're pregnant again for a third time at this point. And we both were sent away for blood tests, and we had the tests done. And they came back saying that that my husband Sam had what's called a balanced translocation. So basically what that is it's when two of his chromosomes have switched places with each other. So he's normal, but it causes a problem when you try to have a baby, because the baby can inherit either parts of the chromosomes, so they might not match up. It's a really kind of simple explanation of it. You can jump onto my blog and have a look. Just type in what's a balanced translocation, and there's a really good video in there that describes it much better than I'm describing it right now. So we found that out during that third pregnancy, and we were then sent for genetics counselling, and we were told at that time that our chances of having a baby that was completely fine was something like 50%. So they said it's really unlikely that you'll have more miscarriages, and you know, 50-50 chance. It's like flipping a coin. It's going to go in your favour eventually. We were also told at that point that there could be other outcomes, like having a baby that had severe disabilities, or having a pregnancy that resulted in stillbirth. So we then suddenly had all of those other things we had to consider could happen for us as well. So it was a really stressful time for us. Unfortunately, at that point, we also probably a couple of weeks later, we then had another miscarriage. So at that point, we were at our third miscarriage, and we were sort of thinking, oh gosh, this is just never going to happen for us. Fast forward a little bit further, we did have another miscarriage after that, so we ended up having 4 miscarriages, and not too long after that, so it probably took about 2 years all up, then we finally found out we were pregnant again for a 5th time, and if you remember, I was scanning back to the very start of the video, that's our little boy, that he's 4 months old now. So, oh, and I think he's just woken up, so I probably can't record much more of this, because here he is. He's awake. Hey, little man. Hello. 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 Yeah, so it was a really good outcome. The thing is now that we have had him, as you can imagine, when you have a baby, everybody goes, when are you having a second one? And that's not really an easy question to answer, because when you have a chromosomal abnormality, you never really know whether your pregnancy is going to continue or not. So we thought what we would do is, you know, we've sort of found that since talking quite openly about our experiences, a lot of other people talk to us about their experiences with infertility and with miscarriages and with loss and all that kind of thing. So well, it's not just that, it's really more that even though once we start talking about it, other people talk to us about their experiences, but we find even though a lot of people are going through this, there's not a lot of awareness out there as to what's involved, and I think really the emotional aspect of it. So we thought what we would do is share our experience kind of live as we go through, well, live, I mean, we'll record it as we go, and then we'll put our videos up, just to kind of show what it is like from our perspective. So we're going to record things as we go. In answer to that question, are we having more kids? I don't know. What we're doing is, you know, I wouldn't say we're trying to get pregnant. We're not doing anything to prevent becoming pregnant either. So as we go along, we'll share our experience. We've also found that we've learned a lot of things since having our little boy as well. So there's a few things I'd quite like to talk about on here, like our experiences with breastfeeding. A lot of people ask us about sleep and what we do around that. Even things like stretch marks, people ask, did you get any? How did you stop them? All that kind of thing. And if there's anything in particular that you'd like us to chat about, we're really open and honest. We'll try and do everything sort of in real time. As I said, I'd really like to shower and change, but that's just not going to happen for the videos. So I'll record them when I get 2 seconds to do them. And yeah, I look forward to putting the videos up, and I'd really like to hear from you. I know we do get a lot of messages from people asking us questions and that kind of thing, so I'm sort of happy to answer them on here as well. Alright, till next time.